How far away do you reckon the island is? Over there. It's one of those islands that you have no idea. It could be really close, it could be really far away, but we're about to find out because we're going to kayak to it. And I'm going to think about maybe whether I can swim back from it, because this video, as much as it's going to be about sharing all of the exciting races we've got coming up, and believe me, they are really exciting, this video is also a little bit about mindset and scaring the living bejesus out of ourselves. So we're going to start. I have a 3-phase plan, by the way, and phase 1 is swimming to that island or from that island, one of the two. Not literally, that's not literally phase 1, it's a part of a bigger thing. How are you feeling about going over there?
Excited.
Yeah? This is it. Okay, Mary, start paddling. You go and I'll film. Off you go. Yeah, out and round. Oh, there's an island. Not bad, eh?
Here we are.
Yeah, we made it, and actually I definitely think I can swim back, so I am going to do that, because that is, as I said, on the mainland. It's part of, there's the mainland, by the way. It's part of phase 1, and phase 1 is about doing things, not running wise, but doing things that push us that little bit more out of our comfort zone again. And I decided that in my infinite wisdom, swimming back to the mainland would be one of those, but I think it is within my grasp. But the exciting thing is the races we've got coming up. Just in the next couple of months, let alone 2022. These are all pretty much the end of 2021 and the very start of 2022. So you probably know that we've got a half marathon booked in the next 2 weeks. Then we've got the amazing Bangkok half marathon, and that is 2 AM start, by the way. But here's the kicker. The ones that scare the bejesus out of us are the 2 that we've got locked in that are trail races. So we've booked into the 23-kilometre UTMB Thailand race, which is in, when is it, Mary? It's the 12th of December. So 23 kilometres of hills and horrible disgustingness. And then also, even bigger than that, Mary's locked into a 30k trail race in January. I'm in the 50k trail race. It's called the Columbia Trail Masters, and it's on the 9th of January in Pattaya. So we've got races that are so far out of our current comfort zone to almost be ridiculous, which is why phase 1, like I say, is getting way out of our comfort zone, is doing things that genuinely scare us, because otherwise we're not going to be able to do these races. Right, let's look at the island. I'm holding it.
Voice it, mate.
Okay, I am starting to think, what am I doing? But, you know, phase 1 and all that. Are we ready?
Born ready.
Right, see you on the other side.
Good luck.
Not death, hopefully. I've got to start my watch. All right, we're off. So here's the truth, that was genuinely terrifying, and I know I'm a very competent open water swimmer, so it shouldn't have been, but it just was. It started with swimming over a lot of sea urchins and knowing that I couldn't put my foot down if I absolutely wanted to because they were everywhere, and then once I got past that, it dropped off pretty deep, pretty quick, and I couldn't see anything below me. The visibility was really poor, so it was just a matter of putting one hand in front of the other and hoping for the best. That is scarier than I thought. When you're swimming above what you can't see below at all.
Oh, really?
Woo! Nearly there though.
And I know, most fear is completely irrational, but it was still there, so I would hate to think what my heart rate was. But I really believe that I've got to keep embracing things like this to push my mentality onwards.
So in truth, that wasn't that far. That was way less than I thought. It was about 600 meters. However, it was still scary out there. When it starts to get really deep, you start to think, God, there could be anything under me and I can't see. So I'm really glad I did it. I'm genuinely glad. I'm buzzing. And that is part of phase one. It's part of the phase one thinking that we've got, which is non-running things that push us beyond what we would normally do. It does bring us on to phase two, which is more running focused. And that brings me on to phase two. But it's 5:45 in the morning, so in a second the light in the car is going to go off and it's going to get dark and I won't be able to explain anything, well, visually anyway. Obviously verbally I will be, so I'll wait until it gets a bit lighter. But phase two has been enacted, here we go, this morning. That's better, the sun's up, so we're going to go and meet some people that we're going to run with, because I've managed to secure ourselves a tour guide of sorts. So this is what I'm talking about. Behind me is Andrea and Mikey, and Andrea is the person in the last video that when we were out running, Mary and I, his wife, Anne, came past us on a motorbike and said that Andrea follows us on YouTube. So I said, yeah, give us a message on Strava, which he did, and now he's tour guiding us on a run. So it's just an easy 10-ish K, but we're hopefully going up to a really nice viewpoint. And I said to Andrea, this is what I want from the run, somewhere between medium and crying. It's about the level we're looking for now that we've enacted phase two, where we have to actually push ourselves in training as much as we can to get our legs used to all of this. All right, we found a hill. Not very nice, but it is needed. And I suppose the one good thing about climbing is that you get the downhill and it just feels so much nicer, although actually there's huge benefit to practicing downhill as well, because those braking forces, like I mentioned before in a different video, they're no joke, and for every up there's a down, so getting a bit in the legs of both is a really wise move. But this is really nice. We're 7 kilometers in, we just turned around. We'll probably do about 13 kilometers on the day, but before the sun has risen, and you can't argue with that. My legs have got some hills in them. I'm pretty happy, and I do wonder how Mary's getting on right now. Done. 13k on the dot, and the sun's just rising, so we timed it perfectly. Happy days. Let me just get my drink. All right. That was warm, and that did push me. It really pushed me, actually. So thanks, Andrea. I really enjoyed that. So we're going to go back now and find out what Mary got herself up to, whether she has got out there. I think she has. I gave her a kind of hill rep session, so let's see what she's been up to.
So this is my phase two training session. Hill repeats, just trying to get up a hill this steep 5 times. Just finished the first rep. It's a 500 meter hill. Just going to walk back down and repeat.
I've got to say, these hill reps, they are no joke. It's so hard to see on video, but this is so steep. I would put it at around 25 to 30%, I reckon. I would not be able to get a bike up here without the front wheel coming off of the tarmac. It's that steep.
Okay, 4 reps done. I could barely breathe, never mind film. But I've got 1 more to go, so I'm pretty happy with that. Happy with how it's going, and just 1 more to go.
And as I watched Mary crush her hill rep set, I knew that phase 2 had been started, and that it was exciting and terrifying in equal measures, but it did mean that we could start looking into phase 3, which is the really exciting stroke terrifying phase.
Come on, man. Did it. Top of the hill 5 times. Just gonna enjoy this walk down.
Change of scenery for phase 3. We've actually moved ourselves on to Pattaya as a kind of halfway stop on the way home. But look at this. Look at how nice this is. We're running along the beach. We were just talking about how great it is to not have to run on sand but run near the sea. Amazing.
Great spot.
Time to turn around, head back. But before we do, phase 3, Mare, is gonna be about finding more races that scare us, and that's different for you and I, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a different thing. We don't have to find the same races.
Yeah.
You're already out of your comfort zone. We both are in another country.
All races scare me.
All races scare Mary. She's still got some of the barriers that she wants to overcome.
That's not true, to be fair. But yeah, I'm kind of earlier on in my running journey in terms of racing, so I've still got a lot I want to achieve in terms of road running and times and half marathon and marathon.
But that's scary in itself, trying to run times.
Totally
you know,
scary.
it's not like that's not scary and picking a trail ultra is scary. They're all scary and it's all individual to you watching and to us. So when we say phase 3 is finding races that scare us, they could be very different for Mary and I, but just rest assured that in 2022 we're going to be out of our comfort zone, but doing some of the most beautiful things and beautiful races that we've ever done, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, and I know this is a cliche, but life is best lived outside of the comfort zone, and we really believe that. We wouldn't be doing all the things we're doing if we didn't believe that, but our way's not the only way, so it's not like you have to move to another country and run trail races to be outside of your comfort zone. It is all very individual. We're just trying to inspire you to do that. Out of the comfort zone might be running a park run, and it might be running a half marathon for the first time, but it might be doing a trail ultra. It is completely up to you. It's completely your thing. But join us on our journey so we can join you on yours. That's ultimately, we love being part of a community of people that do this and inspire others. That is the end of a lovely holiday, Mare.
Yeah, sadly.
Driving back home to Bangkok, but it can only mean one thing if we're in a car, right?
Oh yeah.
It took a while to twig.
Took a while.
Yeah. Welcome to
Balcony Chat.
Did I get away with that?
No.
No. We're not in a car because you boil alive the moment you start filming in a car. But we're on our balcony and we're just talking about the races that we have coming up and why we're doing what we're doing. So of course, you know, next weekend we have our half marathon and 10K that we've been training for.
Yeah, it feels like we've been waiting a long time actually.
We've been waiting a long time for races, Mary, which is why we're locking them in thick and fast. And we've also, relying on Mary, by the way, about the 10K.
Oh.
So there is a really big popular 10K series of races in one of the national stadiums here in Bangkok, but it's very hard to get a place because the places sell out and they're free. So on the November the 3rd, Mary, you're trying to sign us up.
No pressure?
No pressure, but that's for mid-November and that'll be really good fun. That'll be a hard 10K.
Yeah, that looks really good fun.
So we've got to really try and make sure we're part of that. But also, after the Columbia Trail Masters, we're going to be looking into as many races that push our boundaries in whatever way as possible. What was that?
Some fluff.
So we found, what have we found at the end of January?
There's a half marathon in a place called Bang Sen, which is on the coast and only about an hour and a half away.
Yeah, and it's an IAAF gold standard race, I think. So it's one of the only ones in Thailand, which is pretty cool.
So we could even use that to qualify for other things.
Yes, so that's a really big thing to train for. But as well as that, I just want to be pushing out of my comfort zone in as many ways as possible. So we'll be looking at other trail races. We might be looking at flying to other countries to do races. I will start doing triathlons again as well when that opens up. The world's opening up. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's getting exciting.
Thailand opens tomorrow.
Yeah. So things like Tokyo Marathon, we'd love to do the Angkor Wat half marathon later in 2022. We could even get to Nepal and do one of those, the Kathmandu half marathon or marathon. There's a lot coming up. I think 2022 is just going to be packed with racing.
If anyone knows how we can get into Tokyo Marathon 2023,
let us know, because at the moment the entries aren't open and we are desperate to run it while we're over here. But it's positive that the world is opening up. There is so much out there to do. And also, if you watch the channel and either you live in Southeast Asia or you've raced over here before and you have some races to recommend, send them our way. We are all ears. There are lots and lots of websites and it can be sometimes quite overwhelming to find races, isn't it? But we really want to know, what races have you done that you loved over in Southeast Asia that we could do, that we could look into? 2022 is going to be the year of racing. I'm going to make it my thing that we race a lot this year. Exciting. So thanks for being part of the channel, thanks for being part of our journey, and thank you for letting us be part of yours. We love it when people let us know what they're up to, when they share their training or they share their races. We're on Instagram, we're on Strava, we're on Facebook, we're everywhere, and we interact as much as possible. All right, Fly?
Yes.
It's haunting your teeth.
Yeah.
Why is it trying to fly into your teeth? But thanks very much, and we will see you on Wednesday, right?
See you Wednesday.